Very rarely these days do you read things that you actually are surprised by, or you can't second guess what's coming, but I think this really did surprise me.
When I first read the script, I kind of reread the ending a couple of times to go, oh wow, brilliant. It's a very exciting ending, and yeah, you kind of don't see things coming.
It's a great thriller. It's a Ruth Rendell. You know, you'll be dragged into the story, and it's very cautiously and quite insidiously played out.
When I read the script, it's set in the 70s. It took me back to my memory of the 70s, which for me was self-imposed deprivation, a certain greyness, not colour, not black and white. It was a grey area.
It starts with Arthur and Gwen, who are kind of a couple in their mid to late 30s and have been married for 10 years. On the surface, I think they seem quite happy, but there's a lot of simmering unhappiness which starts to emerge as the story unfolds.
He's a very mild-mannered, meek little accountant who is very kind of happy with his lot in life, quite staid in his ways. The relationship between Gwen and Arthur is, on the surface, lovely, and they have supper together every evening, but it is a kind of little bit boring. They don't seem to have many interests outside it, and in one sense that makes them very close and they're such a unit, but in the other sense it means that when this exciting new character comes into their lives, they're drawn to him in various and unexpected ways. His life is about to completely change because he meets a client who's this rather extravagant character, Reeve Baker, who's a writer. And
he provides areas in women's lives that, if you like, married people cannot. He fills the gaps, if you like, in people's psyches and heartfelt needs, and then decides when to get out. One of the great things about it is that it's such it keeps you on your toes. There's a great sense of the period as well, that being 1979, and the attitude. The sexual politics is very prevalent in the play. I think you do get a sense of the women and their expected lot in life. I do remember this time as being a struggle. It was the beginning of the end of union power. It had followed hot on the heels, this particular period in history, from the 3-day week, from petrol rationing, in a time of what should have been considerable abundance. And it was also about shame of owning things and shame of saying what you actually wanted in life. So that this particular time I came to London as a drama student, and Portland Place, which is the most beautiful Regency sort of architectural crescent, were squats. Because it was not the done thing to be seen to be owning such a thing, or to be indulging or enjoying such a property. And people lived in a certain sense of self-imposed deprivation. That's what I remember most about the 70s, really. And all that suddenly came to an end.
I think the great thing about this story is you think that it's a domestic drama. You think it's something's going to happen between the couple, but actually there's a whole outside element, and it's an amazing thriller, and I don't want to say too much to give it away, but yeah, you just have to wait and see. We're here.